What's up, guys? Audubon Dan here. Got another one for you. Tool organization is key once you start gathering up them tools in the top drawer. As you can see, my top drawer looked fine before, but it's starting to get a little crowded. I use the Olsa tools screwdriver organization in the front for my extensions. That kind of didn't work out. Then the Harbor Freight trays didn't work out because I wanted to have a complete set, because some of the sets that have the 1/2 inch on the high sizes and the 1/4 inch on the low sizes all in one set. They didn't work out right, so came up with the Matco tool grid for the win. Let's go take a look and I'll show you what it looks like and how I did it all.
Welcome to the Autobahn.
Alright guys, here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. Finally done, after 3 months. Check it out. This is the way I have it set up. So when I open the drawer, just grab the mostly used right here in the front. Extensions, ratchets, everything in the front. And then my less used stuff in the back. Very awesome. So to get it to fit, this is a 44 and 44 and a half almost inch wide. So I had to take off just I think about 4 or 5 inches down the middle, and then I had to smooth it out. Here's the leftover piece that I got after the whole kit that matched my toolbox the best. I ended up using the Milwaukee cutter. They recommend using a jigsaw. Jigsaw is the best way. You just got to cut it just right, because if you put both pieces together like this, you could see that the space between each hole is going to be off if you put one edge close to each other like that. So you got to cut it just right so both edges and the grid will be all aligned perfectly. Just kind of tricky, but you only have to do it once. I ended up taking a pair of cutters to each one and cutting out a little V notch in it so I can make it the grind cut a little easier for the Milwaukee. So ended up using a file. That's all I had, all the sources I had. I don't have a jigsaw at work, so that's pretty much all I had there, and ended up sanding it down smooth and make it nice and neat. This is just a still rough cut because I didn't finish this all the way, but yeah, just FYI there. It's a tricky part, but you only have to do it once. And the depth of this drawer is 22 and a half, and then it's got a little bit left there, which doesn't matter because I just stick one of my long extensions down there for transmission jobs. As you can see right there, I have maybe a little more space there for another short extension if I want. Tuck it down there. I still left the mat underneath. Yeah, so 22 and a half by 44 and a half roughly. Turned out nice. Got to fit everything. I had to put these in another drawer because I couldn't fit them before. So all this stuff in this area was in another drawer. So I got a little bit of space left here I can work with. More miscellaneous stuff I could put in the back. I realized that I had a whole bunch of broken sets that I need to fill up now. A lot of stuff I need to upgrade, like these impact Torx. I want to get another set of these to go along with my regular Torx, and then these are countersink Torx. So I have all the same size, all rowed up mainly. So this size will be the same size as all this. So all these are all the same size, rowed up. Same as the regular sockets, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, all the way up. And then notice there's a gap right here. I couldn't get these two together. So one note on this is, like, you can't get this section together when you have it rowed up like this, but it's good anyway because I could tell that this is a, what is it, a 18. Still learning here. So between 18 and 19, that's the cutoff. So it's still kind of mixed up because I need to work on my 12 point here. So it jumps from 10, 11, and then have it jump higher here. and I just happen to make it fit for my thin wall 12 point here, Craftsman. So I'm gonna work on getting a new set so I can match it to the rest. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then it breaks up right here, but then it goes back to 22 again right here with my gear wrench. And then anyways, these are all mixed up here, so I have them just in the back so they fit right. The gear wrench is nice. They have a complete set all the way from I think it was from 8. I have my other 2 somewhere else, but 8 all the way up to 36. So I'm pretty much covered on impact deep 1/2 inch. And then I went, see, this is nice, you can go back to 3/8 down here. So I have 3/8 on my oil filter adapter sockets, and just a random fatter one right here for my axles. So every technician's different, so everybody's gonna have a different setup, and this just works out so perfect. You're gonna have different drain plugs. I have drain plug sockets here. I just they have a 13 on one side, so I just use these 1/2 inch holders, 1/2 inch head holders for the 1/2 inch to hold that. So with tips on setting this up, it helps going shallow to deep and then going back down again. So you can easily grab and index each one. Just kind of do like a wave system. Like I can go down and grab these easy. So kind of do a little wave system as a little tip on setting this up. Same with the 1/4 inch and 3/8 together. I just kind of did a little wave system there. Sturdy wise, they hold very well. Nothing moves around, nothing rolls anywhere. And then very easy to notice when something's missing, like a ratchet, something's missing, you can tell. It's another thing, like people like the foam ones, you can see something's missing, but as long as you see everything has its spot, everything has its place, you know nothing's missing. It's another good feature about this. Let's talk about the dislikes for a second here. They do have holes that can gather dirt and all that stuff, so you gotta take a blower every once in a while, get all the dirt out. And then an issue I had down here, see if you can see, I had to sand these down. Don't quite sit right next to each other. If you look carefully, I sanded some of them down. Here's an example of how thick they are on the edge. So I took a grinder for a little bit, and then I sanded them down smooth so they're nice and flush and neat. Some ended up a little crooked because they don't fit right. One thing I would like them to do is just to make that more compatible, but the whole thing is customization. So you can end up grinding them down and putting picks if you want a pick in there. I know Rust Belt Mechanic ground his down a little bit and put picks in there at an angle to hold well for different types of drawers. And I kind of continued on over here. Another dislike I'd say would be just the 1/4 inch. Just that you have to have a certain space if you want to aim them all one way. It's kind of tricky there with the 1/4 inch. Not too bad. Where I had to grind it down a little bit, just even for the corners to fit. Gets kind of tricky here, and it's pretty time consuming. Yeah, it's definitely got to be patient with this, unless you just want to just drill them all in and put them anywhere first. If you don't have that many tools, you can easily separate them when you're starting out, and then grow on with it as you get more pieces. Here's another cool little feature of it. You can go 1/2 inch, because these sets are broken up 1/2 inch to 3/8. So you can go 1/2 inch, 3/8, all the way down to 1/4 inch, all in one row, which is pretty nice. Another thing I noticed also is on some 1/4 inch, you don't quite bottom out all the way, so it'll be off to the side a little bit. Here's a better example of it. So they'll be off a little bit, especially you'll notice on the taller sockets. Fit still in your drawer. This is a close fit right here, but still works out pretty nice. Here's what the little T20s look like. Been using a Vera T20 driver to do it, and here's why, because they spin around. Let me show you here. All right, so bear with the sound here. Can't get a quiet moment here in the shop, so just This is what it looks like when you thread it in. Like it'll make a mark. So here went go in the hole that I already went into. So they kind of spin around on you, so you got to hold them on. So the best way to do it is use a screwdriver with the T20 and the magnet on the end of it. Place for everything and everything in its place. So here are examples of some of the bags that come in the kit. Each kit varies, so the blue would probably be metric and the red is standard, wherever you want to do. It's vice versa. Here's a little sample of a 1/2-inch head holder. Made in China. And here's a 3/8 head holder, or a socket holder. And a 1/4-inch socket holder. And the screws, I think they come in a pack of 75. And here are the head holders. This is a 1/2-inch head holder, 3/8 head holder, and a 1/4-inch head holder. And this is the tool handle holder. And there's a smaller size in this one. This is the larger size one. And here are the sizes on the sheets that come inside the pack. You can pause it if you want to take a look. I don't believe you can get all these online. You got to go on the Matco website and look down at the package, see what packages you can get. But here are all the sizes of the pegboards and the item numbers. And here are more pieces, like the wrench holders. And then it's a breakdown of all the other pieces I showed you. I don't believe they make that one. That was kind of funny there. May have to look that up. You can pause the video here if you want to look further. And then here are the typical setup instructions. Pause here if you want to see other ways of setting it up. There's a wrench holder setup, plier holder setup there, extensions, ratchets, screwdrivers, and containers. Pretty neat. They have little corners on them and then a little cam that swings out to the exact size. That's pretty cool. And the manufacturer of this is Mantis, Canada. If you search on Google for Mantis, Canada, that's who makes these for Matco, and you're only available to get it on Matco.com or the truck. But since I have a truck that comes every week, it works out perfect for me. So I could just order a little set every week. I need more of this, I need more of that. I'll just have them put it on the order, and I'll get it the following week and just keep going. And that's how I did it for the past couple months. The prices start at about $200 for a basic set, basic set. So you're gonna have to work on that with these little tiny pieces. Work up from there. At least they have a pretty decent quantity in each bag, so you can order them week by week as you go, or order it all in one lump sum. So yeah, like if you want everything in its place, definitely the right kit for you. There's more examples right here. Little photo, and a super organized one right there. Not bad. So yeah, works for me. Just open it up, grab what I need real quick. Everything's right here in the front. It doesn't move around. Sure cram a lot of stuff in your top drawer. So I went with the red theme, as you can see. I wish they had green. That's the only thing other two is like, I wish they had green. That looks so sweet and green. But the red with a black box, not bad. You get that red and black theme. So I'll put all the links I could possibly think of below. Maybe the Mantis one along with it. And yeah, hit the like. If you have any questions, ask me down below. And on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.